She's Got Yarn. How's everyone doing? This is take 2. We're going to try to stain this. I'm gonna whitewash it in like an ivory color. It's the paint. The paint that I'm using is Waverly. I use this this exact paint in a gray for these chairs, and then I just put a clear wax seal, but this time I'm using a spray. I probably should have just bought the clear. It was probably cheaper, but anyways, too late now. This is a board. I'm not even going to be touching it. It's going to be attached to the wall, and when they seal stuff, they don't even put a tab anymore where you could grab it. Alright, because I like to peel it partially and then cover it back up, you know? But that's okay. So, it's ivory. It's almost white, which is fine. And that's what a lot of my trim is in the house, is an ivory. Whitewashed. You know, you can see the dark oak lines in. It's not real oak. This is real. But I brought a spoon, and I'm gonna dilute it a little bit with water, just a itty bitty bit. Because I'm gonna rub it on. I'm not gonna paint it. Too much water in this. That's why I brought a second bowl. I was gonna use some of my new rags, but I'm going to use a paper towel and see how that works. I already like it. Now, this is the back side, okay? I didn't even take the sticker off of it. So if y'all see a sticker, this is practice here. Okay. So I got it completely, pretty much covered. And I'm going to now get a dry rag, and you leave those paper towels alone. She loves paper towels. Georgie. Georgie, Porgy, Puddin' Pie. Okay. Condensation. Yes, I like it. It's perfect. Perfect. And we can sand it a little bit. Here, I'll do a close-up look. But you can see, that's how the grain, you can see the grain in the wood in my camper. It looks white, but when it dries, it'll be an ivory. This is just the back side. That's messed up. This side's the good side. So, yeah. I like it. I like it. So, I want to see something. This is like more like my camper. Let me show you. Much better. This is what my camper looks like. Do you see that now? Right here. See that now? And see, that was the first time I showed you. And that's after rubbing it down with water. So now let's, I got white in the cracks, or cream in the cracks. Now let's try the, this is where I need to open the door. I got a fan on. Let me aim it on me. Okay. Why is this thing off? Ugh. I'm going to spray it outside, right here, out at the door. I think it looks good. That's exactly what I wanted done. I'm going to show Dad. So it's got kind of a matte finish. I don't want to spray it in here. It's really strong. Hang on. And then sand it just slightly. Okay. Yeah, that's perfect. I don't know if you can see that. It's perfect. It's wet, but that's the color of my molding in my house. Alright, so we're going to use that. We know what we're doing. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. You know? Making sure they don't have any of the paper towels. So it really doesn't matter if there's a lot of water in it, because you can thin it out with the actual bottle of water, you know. There, it's better with more water. I forgot, it's been so long. There's a corner here, it's got a little bit of a snag, but a little piece of sandpaper, which is in Dad's shop. We'll fix that. Oh, this is perfect, y'all. I always enjoy doing this because it's so easy to do. I call it faux painting. I don't know what it's really called. I used to, when we built that house in High Springs, I painted it over it, but I used to paint one color and then I'd get another color and glaze it and then pat it, oh, you can't see me, and pat it on the wall, and it gave it a faux look. And several of Tim's friends, contractor friends, were like, will your wife paint houses for us? And I'm like, no. That house, after painting that house, I painted it inside and out. I had a little bit of help, but not a lot. I was like, I will never paint another house again. It just, every night we get off work, we were living in a camper and we'd work on the house. And you just get burnt out after a while, you know? But those were the good years. At least I thought they were. Who knows? Tyler was little. He was itty bitty. We were talking about him when he was little. Tiffany's always saying that he got the pretty jeans. I said, you're beautiful. What are you talking about? But he is very handsome. Both of my boys are very handsome. Coming from their mother. But I think Maria, his wife, has got a lucky catch. He's a romantic like his mother, believe it or not. Used to be. He does some really cool stuff to let them know how much he loves, you know, from it, you know, he had the same high school girlfriend in high school forever, and he was so cool. Some of the things he did. And I'm gonna run some sandpaper over this before I spray the matting on this one. And the sandpaper, because I may have some tissue residue on this that I can't see from using paper towels. And this I might have residue, so I don't have any t-shirt. I do. I gotta go get an old t-shirt, but I didn't, y'all. I think it's gonna be fine. But Tyler did say to me tonight, he goes, Mom, you gotta go through, get rid of some of the clothes you have. You have 2 full closets full of clothes. Tiffany goes, if she hasn't worn it in a year, just get rid of it. And I said, I beg your pardon. One who has the same crazy amount of clothes that her mother has. Okay. So now, I'm going to use this one for water. This looks like the same paneling in my camper. That's awesome. Except this is real wood. That's awesome. I know you guys can't see what I'm doing. And it's kind of hard for you guys to see. And I can always hit it with white again, or the ivory, if it's too light in the morning, because I'm not going to do the matting till Dad approves it. Want Grandpa's seal of approval. His foot's doing better. I don't know if you guys, I'm pretty sure I always mention how he's doing. He's had some foot issues. He went to the urgent care center, but he injured his foot. They said he had soft tissue, kind of soft tissue, not a break, but I don't know. He injured it. So, but he said it's feeling much better. Okay. That's what the paneling in my house looks like. It does. It's not really showing up like I would like it to in here. But yeah. I think my dad will be impressed. He might say, do another coat. And I might. And just sand it. But the only thing is the ends. The ends need to be sanded. And Dad can do that. And then I'll do it again. But yeah, I like how it turned out. That's awesome. Okay. Super duper. Alright. And throw that bowl away. And throw this bowl away. I love paper plates. And see if I can get this lid to cover again in here. But this stuff is great. I have a ton of it at my house. I love the one that's plaster something. I've used a lot of it on all kinds of wood. But, yep. Okay, so we got that issue. It's not totally out of the way, but we're getting there, right? Okay. I need a paper towel. Okay. We're gonna glue on those stars and we'll be done. And I got glue on this table. It's sewing glue. I think I mean, this is going to be a craft table. I told her, I said, I got glue on your table. If you want me to pay for it, I will. She said, no, don't worry about it, Mom. So, okay. So we'll put this over here out of the way. Oh, it looks prettier. Prettier by the moment. And one side you're going to see and one side you're not. Hold on. Here's the damp. See, I can see it better over here. I got good lighting in here, but when I'm under the light, my shadow hides it. So that's beautiful. That turned out pretty. It looks just like the wood in my house. It's like a natural white wash, a cream wash. Beautiful. Nancy, you did a good job. Okay. Now, let's get this flag done. Gonna do is I need to put something under this. I guess not. Y'all, I got a rug. Oh no, my flowers, my stars are falling on the floor. Oh no. I'm not going to do the 2 screens tonight because I only have a handful and it's going to go by quick. Okay. A done deal. It's fine. Nobody knows but me. Right? So. I'm going to see if I have a little bit left of this glue, if I can get it out. I might have enough. Yeah, I might. So while I'm doing this, I'm going to talk to you guys about Boggy a little bit. We have a pattern. I'm going to open it after I finish this blanket. I've got a lot on my plate and I just didn't want to overwhelm myself. And so I didn't open it up. But Annette, Tangled Yarn by Annette, she's done an amazing job with all her patterns, all her Grafgans, all her donations, all the time that she has put into her work. I mean, on top of supporting us, Boggy Babes, she's designing. This one star wound up, y'all, but that's okay. So, Tyler said if Tiffany doesn't like this blanket, he said he would take it. You know what that means, right? Hey, you can't get back there anymore. I blocked you. She's got to put her 2 cents in, y'all. That's just how she rolls. She's so funny. She's very protective of Georgie when that other dog comes around. She don't want her anywhere near Georgie. Him anywhere near Georgie. It's kind of cute. That's her big sissy. She's very protective, which is awesome. I feel bad for him because I think he's over here because he's lonely, you know, and Dad's got his pack of dogs, and then, you know, I have my 2, and then my granddog's with me. So he sees us riding around on the farm. He comes over. Now, I haven't fed him. He goes home and he eats because he belongs to Reed, my neighbor. But I saw him sitting out here this morning. Well, Tilly, she alerted me that something was going on outside. I looked out the window. I didn't see anything. Then I looked down and he's laying on my porch. You guys can see me. You can hear me. The reason I'm using those headsets, or the mic, is to drown out the background noise, like the air conditioner. So tonight you're going to hear the air conditioner, but I was trying something on my iPad last night. Stop. And there was an echo. The echo didn't show up on the editing app when I replayed it, and when I uploaded it and listened to it, it was fine. But on the TV, I'm echoing. It sounds terrible. When I make a certain tone, you know how I get a little dramatic with my tones sometimes. Stop it. She wants Georgie to play. Georgie, play with Sissy. She's like, heck with y'all. Oh, she's laying on a treat. I ordered some veggie treats. Winky, is it Winky makes them? I'll try them. I spend more money on dog groceries than I do human groceries. But this one, I've got her on special food. She still itches a little bit. Not as bad as she was. I got her on this probiotics, and I have her on 3 different types. And it's a regimen, and she's doing much better. But she's still, I think it's a habit also. I may be wrong, but she's doing much better. When I tell her to stop, like when we're laying in bed, she'll stop. And when I'm not paying attention, you know. I might have enough for this last star. Trim all this excess fuzzies. We got 1, 2 more. Tag. Yeah, no, 3 more. Curve. If I had known I could have glued this, I would have been done that 4th of July. You know? I mean, because all the crocheting was done. It was just getting the stars on, you know? And I couldn't have done it. Oh no, y'all, I did it on the wrong side. You know what? I got another star right here. Oh my god, I can't believe I did it on the wrong side. Okay. Where's my darning needle? Can you believe that? I can't believe that. I believe it. And okay, I'm just going to tie these two together, and I can't believe I put the glue on the wrong side. Okay. The last, the one and only. I should have just enough glue. Can you believe that? Yep, everybody's on. Yay! Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Probably gonna mess it up. What y'all think? I think it turned out pretty good. See, I messed up on the bottom there, but it's all good, y'all. The next one will be better, if there's a next one. Oh, did you see that? Oh, there's a little bit there. Hold on. I know I'm going to have to touch up this thing a little bit. But there. Okay, she's done. For the most part, you know. I just want to put some little, I want to thread some of that clear thread that I bought the other day on all the stars. It's going to take a little time, but I want to make sure it's secure. And look at this board. It dried so nicely, y'all. Can you see that? This looks funny on here, but it looks fine there. The wood's a different color there. Isn't that pretty? It turned out just like the wood in my camper. I love it. I'm a genius. Nope. Thanks to my dad, because he pressures me to get off my butt, you know? I hope this camera's on. It is. I worry sometimes. I've recorded nothing, you know, I've talked to a camera for an hour sometimes. That's not it. Excuse me, but that was good. All right. Put this back. It's one of my bigger ones. I'm going to leave these spoons in here. And this is the thread. I'm not doing it tonight. I don't know why, but it's very hot out. It's very humid in here. But yeah, I'm excited. Let's look at the other side and see how that. It's a matte finish. It's not shiny. I don't want it shiny because the rest of the house isn't really shiny. But yeah, that turned out really nice. I just want to sand the edges a little bit. I got a rough edge right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. And maybe a little bit here, but it's fine. That's the wood. It's not the paint. You know what I mean? It looks like I might have not. But it'll look different when I run sandpaper over it just slightly. Yep. So, what are we going to do now? I got to pull out that mile a minute cardigan. And, oh no, I got to test the Boggy Bear. Okay, y'all. The flag is finally done. Hopefully I can get somebody in here to help me hold it up. Maybe tomorrow, but yep, she's all done. Oh, goodness gracious. I ended up having enough glue, which you guys will see, but I'm going to probably use some clear thread just to reinforce it. A couple of, you know, all the stars in certain areas, I'm going to reinforce it with the clear thread that I bought. It's plastic, it's not, you know what it is. Anyways, update the Boggy Blanket Brigade. We are going to need some blankets, just not as many as we normally do, but we're going to go into that when Lynanne and Lynette, when we schedule a live. We'll schedule a live together, but we are going to collect Boggy Bears. For those of you that want to make a bear, we have an approved pattern. It is in testing. Anything I said before this message, ignore it. This message is, it's in testing. I cannot give the pattern out. The designer is Annette with Tangled in Yarn by Annette. I am going to test a bear. I can share a photo of what the bears are going to look like it's the prototype, okay? It's still gonna need a bow and stuff like that, but Boggy has approved the body. So, and everything is like you can crochet the arms on. The only thing you'll have to sew on, she said, is the head. And you know, nowadays you get like little skewers or like long knitting needles. I use the bamboo knitting needles, and I just stab them in the head and stab them in the body. It holds it still so you can sew it. And she is going to put pictures so you can see how she sewed it. So yeah, but she's working really hard, and we appreciate her hard work, but that's what they want. Yeah, at this point, so you guys just hang in there. We took a break. We don't restart until August, and I know we're in the mid-weeks of July, so you should hear from me in a few days of when we're going to have our live. Everybody's home so that we can get together and get the Boggy Blanket Brigade going again, and find out if we are going to participate with other blanket other organizations. If not, blankets are fine, and I'm still going to collect blankets. I can only deliver so many to Boggy this year, but there are a lot of organizations that would appreciate these blankets. We just got to get it together. We've been on vacation, so but we're fixing to get back in the groove of things, and I hope everybody comes back. I hope y'all haven't given up on us. All right, good night, y'all. Mwah! I love you. She's done. Yay!